Well, we are 1 week away from the launch of Forspoken, and like most games, the trophy list has popped up online already. This is exciting news for trophy hunters, or anyone wanting to know a little bit more about the game, since from the trophies we can make some good guesses as to what we'll be doing a lot of the time. I'm just going to put this out there, I will not be going over any spoiler related trophies. While we can see the titles of trophies that I believe are probably story related, I won't speak about them here, as I want to experience the story myself as well. That does still leave us with plenty other ones to take a look at, so let's go over them now. First and foremost, Forspoken has 54 trophies in total, and yes, it does have a platinum. Taking my best guess from the titles and descriptions, I think about 12 to 16 of those trophies are story related or possibly side quest related, so we won't dive into those ones. There are no difficulty related trophies, so you can play on whatever difficulty you enjoy most. The remaining trophies I'd consider to be placed into 4 different categories. First up, tasks. There are 4 trophies related to normal tasks you'll be doing in the game. For example, Outdoors Person is given for setting up your first camp, or Tinkerer for crafting an item for the first time. These are pretty basic and should be unlocked normally when playing the game anyways. The only one in this category that makes me pause is Endless Runner. This one needs you to travel 100 kilometers or 62 miles using magic parkour. We know you'll be using magic parkour a lot, so hopefully this won't be a really grindy trophy, but the demo stats page doesn't track distance that you've gone so far, so I have no idea how time consuming this might actually be. The next category is skill related trophies. There are 4 trophies related to skills outside of battle that require you to use phrase magic in a certain way. They all sound pretty easy, so I don't think that they will pose any problem. An example would be Hell of a Run, perform magic parkour for 20 seconds continuously, or I Can Fly, use float to stay airborne for 10 seconds. Next up is battle trophies. By my count, there are 9 battle trophies. These require you to perform specific abilities in battle or use a skill in battle a certain amount of times. As long as enemies keep respawning around the world, they should all be pretty easy to farm or get, and to be honest, most sound like things you'd unlock playing normally anyways. Things like Tit for Tat, perform 10 precision counters, or Knock 'em Dead, finish 3 or more enemies with a single blast of surge magic. That brings us to our final and largest category, collection related trophies. At 20 trophies related to collecting things, these will probably be the most time consuming to get. I'll put this out there right away, I don't think these will be as bad as I've seen some people saying online already. Most of the trophies come in groups of 3, like Pilgrimage Initiate, where you visit your first monument, Pilgrimage Novice, where you visit 20 monuments, and Pilgrimage Adept, where you visit 50 monuments. With 1 trophy awarded at finding 1, then 20, then 50, it seems like you're just making progress towards finding them all. So how many things do we need to collect to get everything? Well, according to the trophies, we need Poppets, 50 monuments, 100 points of interest, we need to learn all spells and get the powers from all the Founts of Blessings, we need to acquire every piece of equipment, complete all Flashback Challenges, befriend all Tanta familiars, take all photos and show them to the children, and upgrade all your spells. While this does seem like a lot, I've got a few thoughts on these. First of all, Poppets. I have no clue what these are. The trophy A Roaring Trade says trade Poppets for all available items, so I guess it's something that we can get and trade in a city, but it wasn't in the demo at all, so I'm not sure how hard this is going to be. Finding 50 monuments hopefully won't be too bad. There were 4 in the demo, although I'm not positive what counts as a monument. I believe it may be the belfries or fast travel locations. Visiting 100 points of interest sounds like a lot, but in the demo we already visited 10, which is enough for the first trophy in this set. These seem to be the bridges and little abandoned cities we find in the world. The fast travel points, spell upgrade locations, and everything else like that don't seem to be counted towards these. Learn all spells and get all powers from the Founts of Blessing. In the demo we have access to 28 earth spells and 26 fire spells. If water and lightning follow suit, we're probably looking at a little over 100 spells. Finding the Founts of Blessings will help us learn some, otherwise we'll be collecting mana to unlock them all. So it should be pretty easy. Completing all Flashback Challenges, finding the Tanta familiars, and all the photo spots should also be fairly straightforward. Both challenges are replayable if you fail, so you can retry as much as you need, and judging from the demo, there will be about 50 photo spots in total. Before I get to the last 2 types, while this all seems like a lot, the demo gave us a ton of great information. The biggest thing that I think will make these trophies easy and achievable is that all these different things show up on the map as points of interest. Most of them even have a check mark after you've completed them. So knowing what you have and haven't found really should just come down to being thorough on your exploration, which I think is great. There's nothing I find more frustrating than missing one collectible and not having any idea where it could be. So the last two that actually might be difficult on this list are acquiring all the pieces of equipment, although the description says not including ones from side quests, so this actually might be story related, and upgrading all your spells. We don't know how collecting the equipment is going to go, so that might actually be easy, or it might be a grind if we need items to craft them or something like that. However, upgrading all your spells means you'll need to complete roughly 100 or so challenges, as each spell has a challenge to upgrade it. A lot of these are simple and easy to do, however, in the demo, a few of them required very specific enemies or items, so I'm really hoping none of these are missable. There's a ghost type enemy that only spawns in the demo once, and I had defeated them without knowing that one of the spell upgrades needed you to defeat them when you had it active. So if there are enemies that don't respawn linked to these, it could actually be really difficult. The last two trophies I wanted to point out are Abominizer, where you defeat all 4 abominations, and Barely There, where you're supposed to hide for 10 whole seconds, so long that people will forget you were there. Abominations are most likely optional bosses that I hope are really difficult, because that would just add a whole bunch of extra fun to it. And hiding for 10 seconds? I don't know what that means, as there wasn't any sneaking in the demo, so I'm really curious to find out what that one involves. Overall, this trophy list looks pretty good to me. I don't think it looks hard, and I'm happy to see it won't likely require multiple playthroughs. Judging by how forgiving most of these sound, I don't think there will really be any missable trophies, so it's just going to come down to how long it takes to find and unlock everything else. This has only got me more excited for Forspoken's launch next week. After seeing these trophies, what do you think? Are you going to go for the platinum? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, happy gaming.